up and going. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Ellington in at the two-guard spot. Here's Larkin. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And the Warriors with possession here. After the basket by Brooklyn, a shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. Here's Ellington. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here is Livingston. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Screen by Bogut. Iguodala against Johnson. Lets it go from the wing. Again, Golden State.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Here's Johnson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
And also, give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Lopez a screen. The feed to Larkin. There's the dish to Young. Green with the block. Thompson outside. Pass to Livingston. Tries from 16. Rebound, Brooklyn. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And this is the first of two games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchups we don't get to see that often, so I'll be watching this one closely.
Now, here is Young after the miss from Andre Iguodala. And Young with the stuff.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here is Livingston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Bogut slams it in. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's Larkin. There's the pass to Lopez. Young left side. 6 on the shot clock. Green with the block. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Bogut. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And now it's a 3-point Warrior lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
Here's Johnson. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Robinson's checked in for the Nets. Donald Sloan comes in for Larkin.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Here's Lopez, and the Nets miss again.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
And the Warriors with some changes. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Iguodala. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Sean Livingston. The Warriors shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Now, here is Robinson. 6 points for him. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Azili's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Brown's checked in.
Well, you know, the Nets were able to sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed last year. Had some good wins against the Western Conference, and that really was a big boost for them getting to the postseason.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now, here is Robinson. And Lopez gets it to go. Nets were just under 500 against the Western Conference last season. In the East, that is a very respectable mark.
Yeah, I mean, how about they were actually better against the West than the East a season ago. Their win percentage against the Western teams was narrowly better than games against the East.
Bargnani is checked in for the Nets. Bogdanovich comes in for Johnson. Outside Curry. Kicks to Barnes. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Bargnani.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Here's Curry. After the basket by Brooklyn, down low. And there's Green on the assist by Curry. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Here's Sloan. His last outing, he had 8 points. Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly, but last season they were put up for sale, surprisingly to some, Clark, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
Brooklyn shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
What a night for Bargnani. 9 points, and he's picked up 1 dime. Boy, he's been a big contributor in this one.
And it isn't something that they get from him every game, but I tell you what, they got to be loving it today.
The Warriors making a switch here. Rush is checked in. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game.
And for the Nets being put up for sale, a big part of it was they were a team that was supposed to compete for titles. And since the move to Brooklyn, they have had trouble going deep in the playoffs.
Here's Sloan. From 10 feet out. And the Nets miss again. Warriors leading by 7. Thompson from long range. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And you know, with Brooklyn, I don't think anybody wants to take over a team in a rebuild mode. I mean, that's what the Nets seem to be looking at for the next few seasons. They had their shot, went all in with some of their decisions, unfortunately came up short.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And the Warriors with possession here after the basket by Brooklyn. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. Passes it to Thompson. And no good, trying to use the glass.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
1:51 left to play in the first half. Offensive rebound. Slow. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, they're not really being as physical inside as they need to be here. I mean, that's my opinion. They need to create more second chance opportunities like they did in the first quarter.
The Nets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Reedy's checked in for Robinson. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. Offensive rebound. Tries again. Can't capitalize inside. Nets trail by 7. Bogdanovich passes to Brown. Dishes it to Bargnani. They set the pick. Back to Brown. Here's Bogdanovich. But they'll get another chance. Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
1:09 left in the first half of basketball. Timeout called the Warriors. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
They set the screen, and Thompson kicks to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 13 points for Steph Curry.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Bargnani, a screen on Curry. Brown kicks to Bargnani. The shot misses, and it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Warriors leading by 8.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here.
Outside Curry. Back to Thompson. The tray. That drops. Thompson's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Slow. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so that's the end of the first half. Warriors ahead, up by 11. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You really set the tone with your intensity. It seemed like you were the spark out there. What was your focus?
You know, I feel great. I've always been in good shape since high school. So it's nothing to me. I just love being out there and competing. And I love how unselfish you're playing. You know, really sharing the ball.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Klay Thompson putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He ended up with 17 points, 2 block shots, and 6 rebounds. It's really great to see him back to what appears to be top form coming off the injury. There's a sense of reassurance that he's healthy after the first 2 quarters back. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far? And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third